All right. Well, continuing on with working on this lowrider shop with the City Classics kits. Uh, Working on getting the walls ready to glue together. Right now, I'm just fitting everything together. Make sure it fits right before you glue. That's one thing you really want to do. They say, with carpenters, measure twice. Well, you probably want to measure more than twice, and then fit things together to make sure before you add the glue. I mean, you can always bust things apart, if you have to repair, if you mess up or whatever, but it's a lot easier to do it right the first time. Trust me on that. So, cutting this, thick plastic, my little nipper unfortunately didn't really work that great in this application because the plastic's too thick. If it was a little bit thinner, that thing is the bomb right there. So, in order to cut a lot of the rough openings, I just use the Wonder Cutter. Um, I bought this at from who the hell did I get it from? Microscale. Got it from Microscale. Paid a lot of money for it. Was been kind of disappointed in it in a way, but the more I have it, the more I'm discovering what it's good for. And really, what it's good for is it's kind of like a sawzall. It'll go through just about anything, and it does melt the plastic. But when you're cutting a rough opening, and this thing cuts it a lot quicker, if you're not really going for a super accurate cut, if you're just basically looking for a rough opening that you're going to clean up and make nice and square, um, the Wonder Cutter does save you a lot of time. Let's see, cutting through all this stuff. I did these with the Wonder Cutter um, because it had. Let's see if I can find. It had doors cast into it like this, and I didn't particularly really want the doors in there, so I needed to put my own doors in. So I cut the rough openings, and then I cleaned up. Then I cleaned up the remainder. One of my openings was a little bit off, so I added some trim to basically cover up my mistakes. And also a little trim makes it look a little more finished. But the little angle pieces are really good for, especially if you make a mistake on an opening and you don't have it quite square and you don't want to throw away the piece. Put a little, just make a little frame with some square or with some angle pieces. Just, frame it out. You can make it nice and straight again. You can save your part. Especially with the cost of plastic, it's just making mistakes can be kind of expensive. So, this is where we're at so far today. We're going to continue on. Well, she's ready to prime. I can put her in some primer gray. I'm going to leave the roofs on when I paint it because that way I can mask the inside from getting too much overspray. And also, I'm going to prime the tops in gray also. I'll paint them in something else, but I'm at least getting some primer color down. This piece actually came off of, I don't know, it's a piece of scrap. This is a brand new piece that I had to cut. A few little pieces of scrap that I had laying around, made a little chimney and some vents. Give the roof a little life. Yeah, we're just going to paint it. It's come along pretty quickly. Very quick. I just started this yesterday. I mean, I thought about it for a long time and mocked it up, but I didn't actually get to work on it until yesterday. It's very modular, very easy to do. So I strongly encourage people to go after this kit. They're very common. Check your local train shop. You might, I don't know if you can still order them. You might be able to. And if you can order them through your local train shop, generally they don't charge you shipping on that. I'm thinking get it through Walthers, but that's the kit. So look it up. I've bought one off eBay and one I bought from the train shop, and so it's a real easy little kit and it's very adaptable. This is actually two kits, so but the one kit makes a building that's this big. That's what you get with one kit. It's just this rectangle. But it's universal. And one of the nice things is the doors. Let me spin this around here. The doors they have cast in for the garage doors are pretty close to the S-scale doors that I use. I mean, really close. I mean, the width is this. Excuse me. The width is the same. You know, it's about like that. So I mean, it's really close. So I mean, you could even use these doors here and just change out the person door, and voila, you have an S-scale building. You know, for the price of a green light, you can actually make something that you can be proud to put on your diorama and say, hey, I built that thing. And it's a good way to start learning how to build. Because, I mean, basically, when you really get down to it, when you're building buildings with styrene, for the most part, you're building boxes. You know, some boxes are more ornate than others. Some, you know, are prettier. You know, some have different angles. But in reality, you know, a building is a box, whether it be square, round, rectangular, you know, even triangular. It's still basically it's a container. The only difference is, you know, what you kind of put on the outside and, you know, the curves and such. So, you know, real nice. You could take a couple of these kits. You could build a factory with it pretty easily. Uh, I'm going to use, I have a one piece left over that I'm going to use as a storefront. And so I don't know if I'll buy any more just because I like variety. I might end up getting another one. Of course, now that now the secret's out, everybody knows these kits will probably get pricey. So, but I don't think that's too much of a worry because there's a whole bunch of them on eBay. So, anyways, all right. Well, we did got her a little bit further along here. Just the only things I really need to do is add some lighting, some signs. I'm thinking about putting some neon on it. I got my neon wire. Oops, sorry about that. Let's see. I do have some neon wire somewhere around here. I don't know where I put it. Ah, here it is. I got some green neon wire. I'm thinking about it. I'm not sure. I probably will put some neon maybe across the front. Go in and out, maybe along the side, in and out, and then along the front here. And put the signs on top. That's what I'm thinking. But anyways, you can see, here's the kit, or the kits I should say. These are the City Classics. This is what it looks like when it's painted. Add a little details, and since the shop is an upholstery shop, custom upholstery shop, we figure we should probably have a little custom upholstery in there, and custom wheel. That's what they sell there. And let's see here. You got the roof. Just, there we go. I'll take this off here. Nice and easy. And inside it's all empty. But, you know, I took the City Classics kits, and as you saw in the other videos, I modified them a bit. There's a roof piece, just a thick piece of styrene. I added a little chimney and some roof vents. I used some of the acrylic paint, the ceramic coat, and I gave it a good thick coat of ceramic coat paint. And then I drizzle over the sand, the texture, give it a nice textured roof. And after I did that, to lock it down, I used some of the Scenic cement and just put a nice even coat on that. Holds it down real well. Got it over here. So this is the building here. Let's turn it around a little bit. I don't want to turn it around too far because I don't want to lose those garage doors there. Just right there's the back. Yeah, let's take the top off here. There we go. Get that off there. And we can pull up on these doors here if we want to display it with the doors opened or closed. That's why I only put one beam over here instead of all the way around, because I find that when you put the beam there, you can't open up the door, blocks it, so we just did a little less. And what else we got here? Put this guy back together here. And like I said, we're getting pretty close on this one. Starting a new project. I know I do that before I even get old ones finished. This is actually the start of what's gonna be a Waffle House. I'm gonna make a Waffle House diorama. It's not gonna be for my main diorama. It's gonna be a separate art piece that I'm doing. Just trying to, do something different than what other people are doing. And I always thought a good fight scene at a Waffle House would be a great diorama. So we're gonna work on that. Like I said, we just got a little work to do on this. Some signage and the lighting and that. Everything else looks pretty good on it. This is going to be the base wall in front of the Waffle House. We'll have another piece going like this here. Yeah, so, but anyways, the Waffle House, I looked one up on Google Earth, and I got the measurements off the building. I find that Google Earth and Street View works really good when you're researching buildings. There's a tool on Google Earth that you can measure the size of buildings from the outside. You can't get the height, but you can get the width and the depth, which you can figure out the height from those two. And so we're going to start on that. It's going to be, I believe, 15 inches long when it's finished, 4 inches deep. And doing research on Waffle Houses and looking how they're built and that. And so I decided to start working on it. And it's going to be one of those things that I'm kind of, designing as I go. I'm looking at the pictures and figuring out how I can render what's in the picture in styrene plastic and make it look believable. And so there'll be a really cool little scene going on inside of the Waffle House. I'm going to detail the interior. This is going to, like I said before, this is going to be a separate diorama from my main diorama. I don't believe I'm going to put the building on my diorama because I am in 1969. I do believe Waffle Houses were around back then, but they weren't around in central Illinois, which is where my diorama takes place in 1969. So I know that we don't have any Waffle Houses in Illinois right now. We have different waffle shops. I think there's one outside of Chicago or in Indiana. There's a Waffle House. So I'm not going to add it to the diorama, but it's going to be a really cool diorama when I'm done with it. Yeah, let's see what else we're at. So we'll do another video when I'm finished, when I got this thing all lighted up and all signed up and everything ready to go. We'll do another video on that. And then over here we got I got a bunch of cinder blocks on top of the diorama, but it's clamps. I'm putting on some road surface right now, and you got to glue that stuff down real well, or else it wants to peel up. And just glue it and put some heavy weight and clamp it down best you can. And later on, I'll pick the parts that didn't take any glue. So that's basically what we got going on right now. Gonna be building more stuff, as you all know, that we just keep going and going and going. And I'm gonna turn this into another video. I got the other two shots that I took of it earlier, so that's all going to be part of it, and we'll get that out. So we'll have another video coming soon with the finished shop here, and once I get it put in place, we'll do another video. So please like and subscribe, and share the video, comment. I do enjoy the comments. If you got any questions, feel free to ask. I try to answer any questions that I can, or if I can't answer it, I'll try to refer you to someplace where you can get the information. So, and that's about it right now. So we'll see you next time.